Sup people, it's your boy Slide. In this video, I'm going to talk about lawmakers in the U.S. The lawmakers in the U.S. are some of the smartest people to run this country, okay? See, a lot of people don't understand how politics works. They don't understand the game. They don't understand how shit really operates. Lawmakers see things that we cannot see. It's not about making sense. It's about what's best for the country. Let me explain this. When it comes to child support is the biggest hustle in the US. There are billions of dollars of unpaid child support. Billions of dollars of unpaid child support. All right? And this happens because men sometimes lose their jobs or they refuse to pay for different reasons, right? So they tell you and say, either you pay child support or you go to jail. That's what they say. Pay child support or go to jail. There's no way around it. But the issues kick in when you know you did nothing wrong, but you still have to pay. Give me an example. They have laws in most states, if not all, that if a child is born within a marriage, the father or the husband has legal responsibilities for that child. So if the husband and wife get divorced, the man is still responsible for the child's child support and all their basic needs. The children or the child's basic needs, right? But when a DNA test come out, they discovered he's not the father. They say, sorry, buddy, but you still got to pay. So basically, you are rewarding scandalous behavior because it's supposed to be loyalty within the marriage. But that gets overlooked. They say, whatever, that doesn't mean shit. So now you have this man paying for a kid that's not his. But see, lawmakers say, hey, since the kid's not his, he shouldn't have to pay child support, right? No. They say, well, sorry, buddy, you're out of luck because somebody has to pay for this child's expenses and the government's not going to do it. So you're stuck on that one, buddy. Think about it for a second. How can DNA clear a person of a crime, but it can't get a man from paying child support for a kid that's not his? Do you think lawmakers are that stupid? No. It's done that way for a reason. It's done for a reason. This ain't no secret. You know? Same thing when it comes to student loans. See, a lot of people have this notion that they're not going to pay off their debt. There's a reason why they passed the law on why you cannot file bankruptcy on student loans. The reason why you cannot do it no more, because I think before, back in the I'll just start from maybe the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, right? People would file bankruptcy on student loans, right? Because some people could not afford it. They could literally not afford it. They filed bankruptcy. Fine, no big deal. File bankruptcy, that's fine. Canceled, so all that debt's canceled, right? But the problem was too many people were filing bankruptcy on student loans. So it was costing the government millions of dollars. They said from now on, you can no longer file bankruptcy for student loans. You cannot do it because it is a cost factor. So now you have these fucking students out here protesting, oh, why should we pay for our student loans since we don't have a job and the school deceived us, blah, 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 blah. And I agree. I think the schools are kind of like, bullshit. You feel me? I think they are bullshit. But it doesn't change anything that you signed the document. Like, you signed so many papers that you can't even sue for your student loans. You can't sue. Because before you get the money, you have to sign like how many contracts saying that you'll pay it back and all this bullshit that goes on. So you cannot file bankruptcy on student loans. And I mean, you can in very rare cases, you know? It's done for a reason. This ain't no secret. And now you have people who refuse to pay it back, and guess what they do now? They'll have your wages garnished. Oh yeah. They'll have your wages garnished. They'll have your Social Security garnished. They can take away your refund. The government, I mean, not the government, but these people, you don't understand how things are made. Lawmakers are not stupid for a reason, bro. Because if they allowed bankruptcy on student loans right now, the country itself would pretty much go bankrupt if they did that shit. Because currently, right now, there's $1.5 trillion of student loan debt. 1.5 trillion unpaid. Okay? Trillion ain't no joke. If they forgave $1.5 trillion student loan debt, this country will go bankrupt. Literally go bankrupt. That's why they say you cannot file bankruptcy on student loans. It costs the government too much money. But people think they won't pay it off. They will get you. One way or another. They will get you if you don't pay that money back. They are going to get you. So people need to understand how things are done. Lawmakers aren't stupid. Okay? They know what's going on out here. They know people out here rather take welfare than to get a minimum wage job. They know this. This ain't no secret. They know some people won't. They know some people rather sit on their ass than to get a job. They know this. This ain't no secret. That's why Trump wanted to pass a law. I think he passed it, but I'm not sure if it's in effect yet, about getting food stamps. If you get food stamps, you have to work. As in, you have to like either you're working or you have to like volunteer your free time to get government benefits, because that money can't be for free. Trump wants to change that. You know? Because if you think about it for a second, it's pretty unfair how a single mother in Oklahoma can get $4,000 a month, for example, and get Section 8 housing, then a person then the average person working for $10 an hour, making only $2,500 a month. It doesn't make any sense, does it? It doesn't make any freaking sense. But people don't understand this. So people here will complain, oh, it's not fair, things. It's done for a reason. Okay? The hardworking people have to subsidize for the lazy and the single parents. If not, the country will collapse. And most of the time, people are in debt because of student loans. Because the student loan interest is so freaking high. People don't know it's compound interest. Student loans is compound interest. So you, as of right now, you may pay an interest of, let's just assume it's $50 a month interest, right? But you haven't made any balance, so that $50 a month interest can increase to like 55 to 60 to 80 to 100. That shit keeps on piling up. That ain't no joke. Think about it for a second. Imagine you paying $100 a month interest. That's $1,200 extra a month. I mean a year. Then if you don't pay that off, the interest can accrue to like $150 a month. That's what they call compound interest. It piles up on the last balance. That's what happens. People think it's a joke out here. And if you have excess student loan debt, employers will not hire you. They're not interested. Of course, they won't tell you that because, it's unfair. But they go through your background check, they see that credit score, they're not going to hire you. See, lawmakers can change these things if they really wanted to, but they don't because they know what's up. They know women are promiscuous. They know women are not faithful anymore, and they don't want to make the biological father pay child support if they have another guy that will pay it, because most of the time, many women sleep with men or have kids with men who are useless. Like men who have no job stability, men you don't know what they do for a living. Yeah, those are the ones where they don't want them to be on the child's is it like well-being, or not well-being, but under the child's care or under the child's child support, whatever you call it. Because they know these men won't pay anything. They know this, so they go for the sucker who got involved with this woman to pay. It reminds me of the story that happened in Detroit. There was a guy who was paying child support. No, he wasn't paying child support. He had an ex-girlfriend. Okay? He had an ex-girlfriend. While this man starts getting letters, or he's not getting documents, he's the father of a child that he never knew. He went for a DNA test. The kid's not his. And how did that happen? They said, and the woman, the ex-girlfriend said, she put his name down so she can get benefits. She didn't put down the original baby daddy's name. No. She put down her ex-boyfriend's name. Because she knew her baby daddy is useless. useless, probably can't find him, or the guy who doesn't remember, whatever it is. She put down this guy's name, and the court even knew. She even admitted that she put down his name, even though it's not true. She didn't face any kind of punishment. No. They just held the guy responsible. And you wonder why things are the way they are. You know? Lawmakers in the U.S. are some of the smartest people in society. These laws will not change because they know if they change things, society will collapse. For example, if they said child support is optional, right? They said, okay, don't pay child support. As of right now, there's over like up to 20 billion, is it 20 billion, if not around that price range of unpaid child support. Imagine if men volunteered not to pay anymore. This country will be in a collapse because the women will be dependent on the government assistance. So they have to make men pay. The reason why they won't cancel child support, the reason why they won't cancel student loan debt is because it will make the country bankrupt. Do you not see how these things work? So you have to understand how America works. If you don't understand how America works, you will never be successful. Never. Let me know what you think. Peace.